Hello, guys, and welcome back to As a Sports. And today I'm going to having a look back at the round five action and giving my thoughts on all of the 8 games this week and just the round in general and seeing what happened throughout the week. So, again, make sure to like and subscribe if you're liking my content. Um, and yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and let's get into it. Okay, so the first game of the week, we had the Roosters beating the Eels 28-20. Bit of an interesting game, this one. It was mainly most of the Roosters, although the Eels, I'll give them a lot of credit. Their defense was absolutely outstanding. They saved about 4 or 5 tries on that night, although two sin binnings didn't help. One to Bailey Simonson and one also to, I'm pretty sure it was Will Penasini. Although that one was a bit contentious, but I would say the Simonson one was definitely warranted. Yeah, Eels, like Junior Barlow was a huge miss. They really struggled in the forwards when they did have the ball. Their pack was just not good enough, and they really struggled to make any meters. Um, and yeah, Regan Campbell Gillard just got absolutely swamped every time he touched the ball. The Roosters pack, on the other hand, was just absolutely outstanding. Um, they just kept powering over Parramatta every set. Sutley, as I mentioned at the start of the week, he was proved everyone wrong. I knew he was going to have a big game, and he absolutely was a beast in that game after Tedesco went down. So unfortunately, he's going to be out for this week's game. But again, the Roosters were just very good. Keary, I thought, was also very good. Brandon Smith, again, proving how good he is. And again, JWH and Lindsay Collins there were very good for them. Unfortunate for Parramatta, but I thought again they tried very hard. Um, they didn't give up, and they got a few tries at the end of the game to make it a respectable scoreline. But apart from that, I thought the Roosters were way too good in this one, and they definitely deserved their win. And I did get this game right. I did pick Roosters by 1 to 12. So yeah, I mean Roosters were just a little bit too good in that one. Next game, we had the Raiders taking on the Panthers. Um, what a weird old game this one was. So in the first half, it was pretty even. Panthers were on top majority of the first half, although um, it's an interesting first half because Penrith were going really well, especially Sonia River. What a player he is. The way he can just that skill for that grubber try. Like Panthers are just spreading the ball wide. It went through like 9 or 10 sets of hands. It's an incredible try. Um, Penrith are starting to find their mojo again. Obviously winning 53-12 against the Raiders at the Raiders' home ground. That was a massive win. I did say Panthers would get the job done quite easily. I did say Panthers 13 plus, but I didn't see that coming. Um, but again, Jack Whiten, they missed Canberra missed Jack Whiten so much. They just lacked any creativity. All of their tries, one of their tries came off a kick. Which ricocheted off a Panther, and the other came off a Dylan. It was a rare error. So the Raiders looked really bad. To start the game, they were pretty good. Um, their forwards were bashing Penrith, so they were trying and they were doing really well in the first half. But in the second half, they just absolutely capitulated, and it was just the Penrith show. I thought Lindsay Smith, who came off the bench for them, was really good. Jamin Salmon got a try there for him at the end to give a bit of revenge for that weak gutted dog comment, but from last year. But yeah, Penrith are just way too good there. It's a really scary sight for the rest of the comp because they're definitely starting to find their mojo back again. I thought they all looked really good across the field. Their defense was very good. Like I said, it was only two, one off a kick, a try for kick, and a try for an error from Penrith. So they'd be very happy with their defense. But yeah, I just thought the Raiders were very clunky, especially in that second half. They had next to no possession, and Penrith were just far too good, um, and they were just all over them. So yeah, really poor performance there from Canberra, but I'm expecting a bounce back this week. But they do face the informed Broncos this week, so that's going to be a massive challenge for them. But we'll see how they go there. Now, on to the next game. We had the Rabbitohs getting upset by the Storm 18 to 10. I'm a bit annoyed with this game because before I tipped the Storm to win 1 to 12, that was my first original tip. But then just before the game, I switched my mind back to the Rabbitohs and I tipped them 1 to 12. So I did get this wrong, but originally I had it right. So a bit spewing there that I didn't stick with my gut instinct. But anyway, back onto the game. So yeah, Melbourne, they were really good. They got back to their original ways where they just put in a lot of effort. They saved quite a lot of tries. Their defense was outstanding. Karen Munster, as I thought, had a massive game. He was exceptional. He did have a few odd plays here and there, but for the most part, he was very good for them. I thought Josh King was outstanding. Um, just the way he absolutely tore up that middle, and he made a hell of a lot of tackles for them, and he was just very solid. He even got a try to get Melbourne off the mark. Um, they were just outstanding. They gave the Rabbitohs nothing. Their middles were just all over the Rabbitohs one. Um, and yeah, they just absolutely killed it. For the Rabbitohs, I thought they started okay, but as the game went on, you could just tell that they were just getting frustrated out of the game. They tried really hard at the end, but again, Melbourne's defense just kept turning them away. Melbourne made about 3 or 4 try savers at the end, so the Rabbitohs definitely could have won this game. But I think the game the week before, where they had that golden point against Manly, just I think that just took a bit out of them because at times they did look really flat in attack. And they did look quite predictable at times. They kept going sideways, and Melbourne just easily diffused everything they threw at them. But to start the game, I thought they did pretty well. But as the game went on, you could just tell they were getting more and more frustrated, and yeah, they just really struggled to keep up with Melbourne. But yeah, well done to Melbourne there. Onto the next game, the first draw since 2020. We had the Manly Seagulls 32 against the Knights 32. What a weird old game this one was. There was a sin bin in there with Lachlan Fitzgibbon getting sin binned for a. Oh no, sorry, not Lachlan Fitzgibbon. It was a Homole Olakuatu on a grubber kick from Jack Johns kick to a line, and Leo Thompson got took out, but he got sin binned in that period. The Knights scored 2 tries. Dom Young again. What a performance! He got 4 tries there for the Knights. He almost won it for him. Unfortunately, it's just a difference in the goal kicking that meant the difference there. Lockie Miller could have got them home there, but he missed the kick, unfortunately. But again, it was a weird old game. Manly and the Knights kept changing leads all the time. The Knights started very well. They were actually on top to start. I thought this is a good sign to see. But then Manly just fought back. I thought Tom Trebojevic was great. Jake Trebojevic went all day. He was unbelievable for them. I thought Homolo Olakuatu was pretty good, but he had some pretty dumb moments at the end. He basically gave away a penalty, which allowed Dom Young to score that last try, which leveled up the game. I thought Lachlan Miller again was very good for the Knights. He's just getting better and better each week for them. He poses a threat every time he touches the ball. And yeah, it was just outstanding to watch him play. Yeah, I thought Jack Johns again, he was very good. Both of the Johns brothers were absolutely amazing out there. Jack Johns was really good. He got a meat pie there for the Knights early on. He was really good the way through the middle there for them. Obviously, with Kurt Mann going down last week, he was very good, very solid. Didn't do too much wrong. Cooper Johns, I thought, was also pretty solid for them. DCE again, he was very good. Unfortunately, I missed that field goal last attempt from 40 out. But yeah, Manly again, a second week in a row they've gone to Golden Point. They would have been spewing because that before that Homole Olakuatu penalty, they were in front with only a couple of minutes to go, and he gave away that penalty, and they scored straight after it. So Manly would be spewing that they lost that game. But the Knights will take it. And also, a bad call against the Knights there. Like, I don't normally like to bag the refs, but that no try against Bradman Best, that was ridiculous. That was absolutely a try. Watching it live, I thought that's a try. but for some reason, apparently they thought he dropped it. But I was watching it and I looked back at the replay multiple times. There was no way he dropped that. So I think that was a bit of a dumb call there. But yeah, unlucky for the Knights there. But yeah, that was a really bad call to come out of that game there. But yeah, it's a great game to watch there. On to the next game, we had the Dolphins losing 32 to 12 or 38-12. I'm pretty sure it was. What a comeback from the Dragons. They really needed it after all the stuff that's been going on the last few weeks with their coach. I thought they started really well. Their forwards were absolutely brilliant. Blake Laurie again, he got another try, so that's now three he's got now. Took him 90 odd games to get his first, but now he's got three in the last 17 games or so, or yeah, 17 or so games. What a performance from him. He absolutely led their pack. I thought Ben Hunt played pretty well. He got a meat pie there for them. Tyrell Sloan again was very good for them. That try where he just streaked away. I thought he might have got held up there by the Dolphins, but very good try from him. And yeah, I just thought the Dragons were a lot more aggressive in defense and they tried really hard. Um, and they got the reward by putting 38 points on the Dolphins, who unfortunately had an injury to Anthony Milford to start the game about 15 minutes in or so. And that did not help. And obviously, Jack Bostock, who got absolutely demolished by Michaeli Ravalawa twice, just absolutely ran over the top of him. He had a field day out there, Michaeli Ravalawa, on poor old Jack Bostock, who I thought I did okay apart from those moments. He did okay, but defensively, he really struggled against Michaeli Ravalawa because he's really hard to stop. Yeah, I thought the Dolphins weren't necessarily that bad, but I just thought the Dragons just out aggress them in defense. And again, obviously, all the injuries they've had does not help. But I thought they still did try. I thought Jermaine Asako was very good for them again. Hammer had some bad moments there for them, but he finished the game decent with a try there. But yeah, this is what we all thought. Once the Dolphins' depth starts to get tested, they were going to always struggle. So we'll see how they go now with all these injuries coming on. But if any coach can help them through this, it's definitely Wayne Bennett. So I'm not sleeping on him yet, but it's going to be a tough little period for them now. But we'll see how they go there. Um, but yeah, tough loss there for the Dolphins, but a good win there for the Dragons, who us Titans, my team, the Titans, have got this week. So interesting to see how that goes. Onto the last game on the Saturday, we had the who's playing again? The Broncos beat the Tigers 46-12. What a game this was. The Broncos again, they're just getting from strength to strength. Payne Haas, what an absolute beast of a player he is. That try where he went from dummy half and scooted over, and the play before he set it up with an offload to Billy Walters, he was absolutely outstanding. He's just got it even better from last year, and that's a dangerous sign for the rest of the comp. I thought Pat Carrigan again just does what he does. He's a very good leader for them. The way he helps them around the field there, and he's a link play in the middle, really helps them out. Jordan Ricky on his 50th, he had a very good game, got the double there, and he was very good defensively as well. Reece Walsh again, very threatening, and he just looks absolutely dangerous every time he touches the ball. Yeah, he was just absolutely outstanding for them. And yeah, the rest of their players like Katoni Staggs again was very good. Adam Reynolds again, just his kicking game absolutely is outstanding. The way he kicks absolutely makes the Broncos even more threatening than they already are. But his kicking game was exceptional. And yeah, the Broncos just keep going from strength to strength. So that's them undefeated. So this is the best start to a season they've had since 1998. So a very good start there from the Broncos. Onto the Tigers. Again, really disappointed by the Tigers because at the start of the game they were sort of in there, but again their discipline was just really poor. Like they gave away so many penalties and their kicks earlier in the game when we thought they might be in with a chance, they just kicked them dead or they couldn't even get it through the line. The Broncos defense was just way too good for them. I thought Adam Dewey tried. He absolutely tried his heart out. I thought John Bateman tried as well. He was trying all night. Appy Coruscant was trying as well. Luke Brooks had some good touches early in the first half. When he ran in the first half, they looked really dangerous, but as the game went on, he just stopped running and they just had no threat at all. Um, but yeah, they just got outran through the middle. They could not contain the Broncos at all. Attacking wise, they still don't. It still looks like to me they don't know still how they want to attack. Their spine constantly keeps changing. So yeah, again, they're in for a really tough period now. The Tigers, but yeah, I don't know when their next win is, but they need to change something quickly and real quick at that because if they don't change something, they're just going to keep losing. Um, but yeah, I just feel for the Tigers fans out there, like they've really been struggling for the last 10 or so years, 10, 11, 12 years, however long it's been since they made the finals last. But yeah, it's a tough sign to see them struggling, but yeah, they just don't look like a team to me at the moment that knows what they're doing yet. And they haven't really had that much stability to start the year. Well, that's not an excuse, but they've just really struggled. And yeah, I don't see an end to their pain just yet. Which is not great to say, but it's just how I see it at the moment with the Tigers. But yeah, if there's any coach that can get them out of this position, it's definitely Tim Sheens. He's had success with them in 2005. He's been a coach for a long time, so he's seen a lot and he knows how to win games. So if there's anyone to change the Tigers' fortune, it's definitely Tim Sheens. But yeah, absolute one-way game this one was. 46-12. Only tries again for the Tigers, coming off a kick from Brendan Wakeham to Isaiah Papali'i and a barge play from dummy half from Jake Simpkin. But other than that, they were really poor there. Now, on to the next game. I'd say this was the best game of the round. The Sharks ending up losing 30-32 against the Warriors down there at Shark Park yesterday. What a game that was. Like, it was unbelievable. It was a weird old start. The Warriors got the ball from the kickoff, and 3 tackles later, they knocked the ball on, and the Sharks just strolled over. At the end of the set there, a nice catch from Mulatalo. And then all of a sudden, it was 20, I think it was 20-6 going into half time. And we all thought, oh no, here we go. Here's where the Warriors capitulate. Here's where the Warriors go back to their old selves. But no, to the Warriors' credit, they scored on half time to make it 26-12. And we thought, here we go. The Warriors have a chance here. But again, they played through a lot of adversity. Like Meridinia Kore got sin bin just before half time, and that's when they actually crossed. So that would have massively helped their belief. I thought Nico Hines again was outstanding in a losing side. I think he was their best player. Ronaldo Mulatalo had some good touches in that first half, but he had a horrid second half. His errors basically let the Warriors back into the game. Yeah, I thought the Sharks forwards were really good in the first half, but in the second half, they were really poor. They just made too many silly errors at the start of that second half and let the Warriors back in the game. But the Warriors, again, Sean Johnson, he's been absolutely outstanding. The way he's been playing, he's definitely getting back to his 2011 form. I wouldn't say he's back there yet, but he's definitely getting close to it. And he's just playing a different way. Like, he's not trying to be that player who's constantly trying to step everyone. He's just controlling, nice and controlled, getting his team through the park, and their forwards are just, again, absolutely rolled through the Sharks in that second half. I thought CNK, Charles Nickel-Klokstad, was very safe at the back there. He was very good for them as well. I thought the outside backs did a decent job, although defensively they did look weak, letting in some really soft tries against the Sharks, which they'll have to work on. But yeah, Sean Johnson single-handedly got them over the line. That clutch kick at the end of the game, that penalty goal, what a kick that was. And it's just an unbelievable end. And the way he set up some of their tries, just some lovely short balls and getting it out to his outside backs, was exceptional. And again, Wade Egan again was just very good in that dummy half role. He's definitely been a massive improvement for them. And again, their outside backs did a decent enough of a job, and their forwards were just absolutely monstrous yesterday. But yeah, Sharks were very disappointing. Matt Moylan defensively was really horrible yesterday. He leaked two pretty soft tries for his team. Um, but yeah, apart from that, he didn't do too much really, but that I can remember off the top of my head. But defensively, he had a massive shocker on that edge there. And the Warriors just absolutely exploited that all day long. Um, but yeah, great to see that the Warriors are doing well. They're second now on the ladder, which is outstanding to see. Like, what a sight that is for the NRL and the New Zealand Rugby League in general. Um, Great to see what Andrew Webster's done down there in New Zealand. And on to the last game of the round. What a weird old game this one was too. The Bulldogs are getting the job done, 15-14 against the Cowboys in Golden Point, to bring back Josh Reynolds as a winner. What a weird old game this was. The Cowboys started pretty well with Tom Dearden crossing early, but apart from that, it's a pretty weird old game. Like the sides kept just going back and forward for the first half. Um, not doing too much attacking wise. It's really tough conditions. It was very slippery down there at Core Stadium. A lot of players kept losing their footing. I thought the Cowboys pack did a pretty good job, but the Bulldogs did well to hang with them for the majority of the game. I thought Jacob Preston, what a player he is. That double, he was absolutely outstanding for the Bulldogs. Although the Bulldogs' attack has definitely been very clunky. They were very clunky in that game. They were kind of lucky to get away with it in the end there because Valentine Holmes did have a chance to get a penalty goal to seal the Cowboys' win um, with about 5 or so minutes to go. But unfortunately, he missed the penalty goal. And after that, it was all the Bulldogs by getting that try to Josh Adokar at the end of the game there, which was a beautiful pass from Alamotti. That pass from Alamotti, like, he caught the ball. Kyle Felt was literally right in his face, and he just passed it swiftly and beautifully in one motion. And Adokar was not going to get stopped that close to the line. Um, I thought it was a really weird old back and forward game. Like, not much was really happening for the first 70 or so minutes. But that last 10 minutes was absolutely outrageous. Um, Again, I thought when Josh Reynolds came on, he really fired up that middle for the Dogs. I thought he was really good for them, with that being that little lock forward player that I thought he might be in that side. I thought, again, Reed Marnie, his service was exceptional there for the Bulldogs. That pass to set up Jacob Preston's second try was outstanding, and set up their comeback. I thought Matt Burton was really good too. Although he had some moments here and there, but he was had some really good touches there. That kick in Golden Point was absolutely courageous. That could have gone anywhere, but the Fox picking it up and he almost scored. And then a scramble there for the Bulldogs defense to dive back on the ball. And then Matt Burton with that classic field goal kick was unbelievable. And there's a great finish to the weekend. Yet another Golden Point game this week. Again, this season's just been absolutely outstanding. I think this is by far the best NRL season I've ever seen. And I've been watching NRL now for 10 years. And it's definitely the best season I think I've ever seen. Just the way the quality of the games, the teams that are coming back, and you're not never certain who's going to win. And just the style of the footy has been absolutely outstanding. Even the defense has been pretty good, with most of the games being pretty close. But yeah, it's just the absolute greatness of this season thus far is outstanding, and I hope it continues. But yeah, it was a great weekend of footy again. And yeah, well done to the Bulldogs there to finish off the round. Yeah, tough luck there for the Cowboys. It really could have gone either way, and that's Golden Point there. But yeah, the Bulldogs were just a little bit too good. Yeah, as I said before, I thought Cowboys pack was pretty good. Tom Chester had some good moments. That catch from Matt Burton's bomb at the end there towards the end of the game, that was courageous. That catch was outstanding considering how high that ball went. That was a great catch. Yeah, I thought they weren't bad, the Cowboys. I just thought they were a little bit off with their attack a little bit at times, but I thought they did pretty well. But yeah, Bulldogs were just a little bit too good in the end there. But yeah, again, absolute great week of footy. Can't wait for this Easter round weekend. I'm sure it'll be another great weekend of footy. So my video on the predictions and preview for that will be coming out on Wednesday night or Thursday morning by the time it releases. But it will be filmed on Wednesday. So again, yeah, absolutely great week of footy. So again, make sure to like and subscribe if you like this content. Remember, up the Titans, and yeah, see you guys.